Becky Lynch is at a crossroads, questioning everything she's worked for in WWE. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins stands on the edge of uncertainty, doubting himself ahead of what could be the most defining match of his entire career against Cody Rhodes. And just when things couldn't get any more tense, Paul Heyman steps in with a warning that could dismantle everything they've built since WrestleMania. This isn't just another backstage confrontation. This is a powder keg of ego, loyalty, and betrayal ready to explode. And when it does, it could change the entire course of the vision. Welcome to WWE Rundown, your ultimate destination for wrestling stories that matter. The rivalries, the emotions, and the behind-the-scenes drama that shapes the very soul of WWE. If you live and breathe wrestling storytelling at its highest level, make sure to stick around, because tonight's story is one you'll remember. On this week's SmackDown, we witnessed one of the most emotionally charged moments in recent memory. Backstage, Becky Lynch was pacing restlessly, her face filled with frustration and doubt. Her recent loss to Maxine Dupree had clearly shaken her confidence. She muttered under her breath, questioning her place in a company she's carried on her shoulders for years. Nearby, Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman stood in silence, watching Becky unravel. The tension was heavy, almost suffocating. Becky finally snapped, saying she needed time to rethink everything, to figure out if staying in WWE was even worth it anymore. Seth then turned to Paul and said the words that changed the tone of the night. "We need to talk." You could feel the weight of those words. Seth's upcoming match against Cody Rhodes has been hyped as career-defining, and the pressure was written all over his face. He looked Heyman in the eye and said, "I have to win on Saturday." But then his confidence cracked. "What if I don't?" Paul Heyman, always the calm strategist, simply replied, "You'll win on Saturday." But Seth wasn't satisfied. He pressed harder. "And what if I don't beat Cody?" That's when Heyman delivered a truth so sharp it cut through the air. He said, "If you lose to Cody, you lose everything. You lose the locker room. You lose the faith of Braun and Bronson. You lose the vision. Everything we've built since WrestleMania, gone." The words hit like a sledgehammer. Seth's jaw tightened. He grabbed Heyman's arm, his voice rising. "You left someone out of this equation yourself." Heyman tried to smirk, calling himself Seth's secret weapon, but Seth wasn't buying it. He demanded the truth, no spin, no games. That's when Paul finally confessed. "If you lose, I'll have to ask myself why I chose you. Why I picked you over Roman Reigns." The room froze. Becky stopped pacing. Seth's expression turned from anger to disbelief. Paul's words weren't just cold, they were a dagger to the heart. Without another word, Heyman turned and walked out, leaving behind a silence that spoke louder than any promo. Two of WWE's brightest stars, broken and questioning their worth. With Crown Jewel just days away, the foundation of the vision is cracking, and this alliance between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman may be collapsing before it ever truly began. The question now is, will Paul Heyman abandon Seth Rollins the moment things go south, just like he's done to so many before? Or is this another one of his twisted mind games to push Seth beyond his limits? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story is far from over. And don't forget to like,